Good evening, guys. We are live. Welcome into Guts and Butts. My name is Sam, and I will be your coach for today's class. I'm here in my home. Hey, guys, welcome. We're going to get into our workout in just a minute, so be sure you have your water, make sure you have enough space to do your movements, and make sure you're not going to hit anyone or anything around you. And like on Tuesday, I will be using some dumbbells again. I will be doing the workout that I did on Tuesday. If you joined me then, I think it'll be easier for you guys to get a hang of the movements by doing the same workout per week, so you guys can adapt more, but I will still be switching it up a lot of the time so I can give you guys different options so you guys can find what movements you like best and what works best for your body to do outside of the virtual workout. So other than that, we're about to get started. So again, make sure you have enough space, that water, and we're going to get into our warm-up. So stand on up if you aren't already, and we're going to get our bodies moving. We're just going to start by doing some knee hugs. So bringing the knees into our chest, giving them a nice big hug, alternating sides. We're going at whatever pace we're comfortable with. Make sure that flat foot stays nice and flat onto the ground. Next up, we're going to go into some pulling the heel back towards our glute. So heel directly towards the bottom of your glutes here. Feeling that stretch in our knees, the quads, the hamstrings. Nice and steady, alternating sides. Standing up nice and tall. Next, bringing it up a notch, we're going to go to some high knees. So bringing the knees up high, trying to stay on our tippy toes. Pumping our arms, engaging our core here. Taking deep breaths and back into some butt kicks now. So heel comes to our glutes. Again, trying to stay on our tippy toes. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go straight into some jumping jacks. Jumping up nice and high. If we'd like to just do a side-to-side step here, that's good as well. Taking deep breaths. That heart rate should 1. Next up, we're going to go into some cherry pickers or elephant stretch. Scooping the ground down and up to the ceiling. Alternating sides. Taking deep breaths. Inhale back. Exhale to the ceiling. Slight bend in our knees. Chest is open, sitting the hips back. One more on each side. Last one here. Good job, guys. Next, we're going to do some Frankensteins. So kicking the leg up to opposite hand. Just as far as we're comfortable with. Balancing on that one foot. Slight bend in our knees. Working the core here, feeling the stretch in our hips. Alternating sides. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to kick that leg back, tapping the ground with our toe, with our fingers. Chest is nice and open, balancing on one foot, and kicking back. Alternate sides. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, glutes, and our hips. Remembering to keep the chest open. We should be looking straight down. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Standing on up. Next, we're going to do some air squats. Sitting into that squat position. Give me about 10 to 15 reps here. Sitting back into your hips. Squeezing the glutes up. Feet should be a bit wider than your shoulder width. Knees should be right where the toes are. Deep breaths. Inhaling down, exhaling, squeezing the glutes up. Chest is nice and open here. Be looking straight forward. Give me 3, 2, and last one here. Good job, guys. Next, staying here, let's do some arm circles. Warming up the shoulders, the arms, and the chest. And some upper back. Starting backward forward, the arms and the chest. And some upper back. Starting backward forward, and then we will switch. Palms facing outwards. And switch rotations. Taking deep breaths. Standing up nice and tall here. Alrighty, guys, taking that arm across. Nice big stretch, alternate sides. Okay, that was our warm-up. Grab some water if you need to. Hope you guys are feeling good, feeling ready for today's workout. As always, we will be working our glutes, lower body, and our core with maybe some accessory upper body. As always, we'll have 3 different circuits or rounds. First one is more activation, lower body compound movements. Second, we'll do some isolating of the glutes and move on to some compound core movements. And then third round, we will isolate our core. So we'll do all of those 3 one time around, and then maybe repeat some if we have some time left, and then cool it down. So grab some water if you need to, and we're about to get into our first circuit or first round. Again, I'll be using some weights for only some of the movements, but you can do any of these without weight. So the first one, I'm actually going to do body weights. If you'd like to add weight, then you can. And for like Tuesday, we're going to go back into that kickback to leg drop into the reverse lunge. So this will be single leg, 20 seconds each leg. We're going to start with the left foot nice and flat. Right foot is going to come back, and we're going to drop it down to the reverse lunge, back to center. So we're leaning our chest forward, our torso forward, chest is open, kicking the heel back, and dropping it, coming into that reverse lunge, trying to get the knees at a 90-degree angle. 20 seconds starting on that right side, and let's go. We're kicking our leg back and dropping to the reverse lunge. Nice and controlled, trying to hold that kickback for about half a second before dropping down. Meeting in the middle after each repetition. 10 more seconds. Working the lower glutes and the lower body here. Remembering to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, going to the left leg, right foot is planted. If you're by a wall, it is good to use the wall for help with our balance, or having an object in front of you, like a couch or your chair, works well, good as well. So with the right foot planted, let's go kicking the left foot back and dropping down into that lunge. You can definitely do this without an object in front of you, or with added weight if you'd like to as well. Being sure that that front foot is pointing straight forward and is nice and flat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Next up, we're going to do a deadlift variation. So here I will be grabbing a weight. You can grab 1, 2, or none here. So getting in that deadlift position, feet should be directly under our hips, so legs are nice and straight. And we're going to go into a 1 1/4, 1.5 deadlift here. So that just meaning we're still in that deadlift position, hinging the hips back, chest is open, slide in our knees. But here we're going to come all the way down half the way up, and all the way down again, and all the way up. 40 seconds here with our 1.5 deadlift, and let's go. Nice and controlled all the way down, back to the upper or lower thighs, down, and all the way up. So trying to get to our shins here, back to our knees, shins, and all the way back up to the hips. Really staying controlled with this movement, focusing on our glutes and the hamstrings. 10 more seconds. Keeping the chest nice and open. 5, 4, 3. Finish out your rep. Squeeze the glutes up. Awesome job, guys. Next up, we're going to go into that squat jump, the pulses with the squat jump. So again here, having the option to hold that weight or just do it body weight. We're going to get into our squat position, and we're just going to be doing 3 pulses at the bottom. So sitting back, staying low. 1, 2, 3. On the way up, a little leap. So trying to be a bit quicker with this movement. If we don't want to do the jump, then we can just come straight up like a normal squat. So 40 seconds here, and we've got a water break. Get into position, and let's go. 1, 2, 3 little pulses, and a jump up. Make sure our feet stay in that squat position, and also stay nice and flat. Most of our weight should be in our heels, so try to keep those feet flat. And as always, remembering to breathe. Deep breaths, big exhales. We jump up. 10 more seconds. You can do it, guys. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Grab some water if you need to. Check it out. Some are like y'all, but my legs are burning. Get some water, maybe turn that fan on if you don't have it on already. And we're going to go into our second round now. So doing each round once, and then maybe going back and repeating some movements. So a few more seconds here. Take some deep breaths. Get some water. Think about where your body is at. Always listen to your body. If you think you want to add weight, then add weight. If you think you want to take that weight out, then take that weight out. All right, guys, we're going to get into our second round and do some glute and lower body isolation. So getting down onto our bums. I will be using or demonstrating with a weight, but it is not necessary. We're going to go into just a normal hip bridge first. From the ground, shoulder blades nice and flat. Feet are nice and flat. Weight on our hips if we'd like it. And just 30 seconds of our glutes hip bridge. All the way up, back down. Let's go. Keeping the feet nice and flat. Make sure we squeeze our glutes at the top. Loosen as we tap the floor. And as always, taking deep breaths. Big inhale down. Exhale to the ceiling. Isolate those glute muscles here. You've got 10 more seconds. And we're going to hold it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. We're going to do hamstring curl. Tap the heel out. Heel back in. Alternate sides. Let's go. Hips stay pressed up as far as we can have them. Shoulder blades are pressed into the ground. If we don't have that weight, the hands can be flat for more stability. But I'd recommend holding the weight if it's on our hips. Give me 10 more seconds here. Working the lower glutes and the hamstrings with this curl. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Woo, sit up. We're gonna do a little bit of core. So coming onto our knees. Standing up tall onto our knees here. We are going to do a rotation. So hip to shoulder rotation here. Either weighted or body weight. Grabbing that weight, 20 seconds each side. Going from the left hip to right shoulder first. Nice and controlled. Let's go. It's okay to rotate our torso. We're working that transverse plane. And strengthening the muscles in our core here. So those outer stomach muscles. Also, if you've got weight, probably feeling it in our shoulders as well. Give me 10 more seconds, then we're gonna switch directions. Remember to breathe. Control the weight down to your hip. 3, 2, and control it down. Next, going from right hip to left shoulder. Let's go. From the hip, diagonally towards the opposite shoulder. Keeping a slight bend in our elbows for circulation and so we don't get hurt. Remembering to take deep breaths. Exhale up and inhaling down. Less than 10 seconds and you got a water break. Hold it, guys. Control that weight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back down to our hip. Good job, guys. Get some water and we're gonna go to our third round and isolate some core. Take some deep breaths and hydrate. Alrighty, guys. Just a few seconds. We're gonna stay on the ground for these 3 core movements. And I'm going to demonstrate them body weight, but you can do them with added weights if you'd like to. First up, we're going to be in that side plank position, but we'll be doing a crunch here. So having our legs directly straight out, we're going to bring the inward leg in, bending that knee, making sure our wrist is underneath of our shoulder. We're going to come up, bouncing on that hand and that knee, bringing this opposite knee to opposite elbow. So this is our movement. 20 seconds each side. Whenever we're in position, knee down, leg out, and wrist under our shoulder. 20 seconds and let's go. Bring the knee in as far as we're comfortable. It does not have to hit our elbow here. But just bringing it in, crunching as far as we can, feeling this in our side and outer core. Remembering to take deep breaths and bringing that toe straight out. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Back out. We're going to switch sides. So coming onto that right hand with the opposite hand. Legs are straight out. The inward knee comes in. And the other leg stays extended. Wrist under the shoulder. Fingertips pressed in. 20 seconds and let's go. Knee comes in. Extending back out. Nice and controlled. Keeping our core tight the whole time. Crunching in and fully extending, stretching out. 10 more seconds, guys. Deep breaths. Woo, stay tight. 3, 2, and 1. Sitting on up. Next, we're going to come onto our backs. And we've got a slow eccentric sit-up. So that's just slow down in our sit-up. So either body weight here or holding a weight in our hands, trying to keep the feet nice and flat. We're going to sit all the way up and slowly come down, one by one, rolling our vertebrae down onto the ground, and back up, normal speed, slow it down. If we need to put weights or have a chair or the couch underneath of our feet, then we can. Try to keep the feet down or the heels down at least the whole time. So 40 seconds here, and let's go. Sitting up and slowly rolling it back all the way down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale up. Big inhale as we roll down. So we're really nice and controlled here. Working all the muscles of our core. You're over halfway there. This may not seem hard, but trust me, you know if you're doing it, it is difficult. Trying to stay nice and slow. Give me 5, 4, 3, and finish the rep that you're at. Woo! And sitting back up, last movement. We're going to finish off with some mountain climbers, and then you've got a water break. So again, rest under the shoulders as always. Up on our toes. 40 seconds, and let's go. Knee to elbow. Either nice and controlled, or we can pick up our pace. Whatever your body is comfortable with, listen to your body, guys. If anything, slow it down, but try your best not to stop, not to drop that plank. Keep it up. Whew, 15 seconds. Press the fingertips down. Remember to breathe. Deep breath here. Less than 10 seconds. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Take some deep breaths. Grab some water. You've got a little break here. How are you feeling, guys? Good? Tune in. Listen to your bodies. How are you feeling? You feel tired? Not tired enough? Let yourself know. All right, guys. We have a little bit more time left. So we're going to go into completing one movement from each round, and then we will cool it down. So we'll do one from our lower body compound round, one glute isolation, and then we'll do one core. I would normally ask y'all which one was your favorite, but since we can't really communicate, I'll just choose my favorite or the ones I find most effective. So I think we're going to do the deadlift, and we're going to mix in the hip bridge with the hamstring curl for one movement, and then we'll do that side crunch again. So I really love those three. So get some more water, and we're going to go into repeating those three back to back, and then we will cool it down, and that will be it. So get your last few sips of water, and stand on back up. We're going to get back into that deadlift. So grabbing that weight again if we used it, or maybe grabbing a weight if we'd like to use a weight now. We did it before. We're going to go into that 1.5 deadlift straight onto the ground for our hip bridges. So grabbing that weight, getting into our deadlift position. Legs are nice and straight. Feet stay flat. 40 seconds here. Siphoning in our knees. Hinging down. Let's go. Controlling that weight all the way to the shins. Back up to the knees. Back down. Squeeze the glutes to complete the movement. Always keeping a slight bend in our knees and our elbows here for our circulation. Nice and controlled, working the glutes and the back of the thighs and the hamstrings. Give me 15 more seconds. Focus on those glute muscles. Remember to breathe. 5, 4, 3, and finish the rep that you're at. Squeeze the glutes at the top, guys. Woo! Back down straight into the glute bridge. And we're going to add in that hamstring curl. So weight on the hips if we're using it. Into position. We're going to come up, curl out right, left, back down, and up. So going through that sequence, 40 seconds, and let's go. We're sitting the hips up, curling the heel out, both heels out, and back down. While we're curling those heels, the hips should be up, nice and high, glutes are tight. Balancing on that one foot, and back down. Remembering to breathe. 15 more seconds here. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way down. Lastly, finishing it out with that side crunch. Wrists under the shoulders. One knee, that inward knee's down. Legs straight out. We're up. 20 seconds each side. Let's go. Straight into it. Going at whatever pace you're comfortable with. Crunching that leg towards our elbow. Working our outer core here. 10 more seconds. We're going to go straight into that opposite side. Woo, remember to breathe, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Switch it around. Wrist under elbow. Straight out. And up. Let's go. If we don't want to tap that foot, we can keep it hovering. Woo! 15 more seconds, and then we're going to cool it down. Give me all you've got. Squeeze the core. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Woo! Grab some water if you need to, and we're going to cool it down, stretch it out, and lower that heart rate. So get a quick sip of water. And let's go. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to have our legs extended. We're just going to start by reaching towards one side, making that arch in our arm, stretching out that side outer core. And switching sides when we're ready. Also feeling that stretch in our armpit and lat or back muscles. Back to the center, we're going to reach towards our toes. Feeling the stretch in our back and the hamstrings and the back of our legs. Bringing both of the feet in, meeting them in the middle. I go into a butterfly. Making sure we're sitting up nice and tall, lengthening our spine and opening up our chest. Feeling the stretch in our inner thighs as we press the knees downwards. Remembering to take deep breaths throughout these cool down stretches. Extending the legs back out. We're going to lay down on our backs. Bringing one knee into our chest, giving it a big hug. Laying back flat. And then crossing the knee over the opposite side of the body. Trying to lay our shoulders flat. Feeling the stretch in our glute hips and our spine. Coming back to center. When we're ready, we can switch sides. Opposite knee comes in. Nice big hug. And taking it across the body towards the ground. Only as far as we're comfortable, feeling that glute and hip stretch. Trying to keep the shoulder blades down. And coming back to center, we're going to flip on over to our stomachs, pressing the fingertips down a bit wider than shoulder width and laying the feet flat. We're going to extend the arms up into a cobra, getting into that position that's comfortable for us. Lengthening our stomach, opening up our chest, feeling the stretch in our core here. Maybe rocking from side to side. And on our next big inhale, we're going to sit the hips back, open the knees up, and exhale into a child's pose. Crawling the fingertips out in front of us. Feeling the stretch in the shoulders and in our hips. Taking deep breaths here. Relaxing our minds and bodies. And lowering that heart rate. And whenever we are ready, we can sit back up, crisscross applesauce. And that is all I have for you guys this Thursday evening. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's Guts and Butts workout. My name is Sam again, and thank you so much for joining me as I creep my way back up. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome rest of your Thursday. Finish the week out strong, happy, and stress-free if you can. Try to relax and stay positive, and have an awesome weekend, guys. Enjoy the weather. It's kind of hot, not really fall-y, but enjoy the warmth while we still have it, because it'll get cold like that, I'm sure. But yeah, drink some water and have an awesome rest of your week. Bye, guys.